Welcome to the world of science fiction where extraordinary tales come to life. Enjoy the journey. The galaxy never took Earth seriously across the stars. Humans were known as the quiet species, the slow species, the weak species. Alien soldiers joked about human strength. Alien scholars mocked human science, and alien nobles laughed at human dreams. And inside the Great Orion Academy, the three most famous alien girls laughed the loudest. Lyra, Vexa, and Sira were elite students. They were beautiful, powerful, and extremely proud of their advanced alien biology. They believed they were the future of the galaxy. And Earth was a small joke in the corner of space. Every day, they made fun of human videos. Human history and human technology, Lyra used to say. Humans cannot survive in deep space, Vexa said. Humans are soft and emotional, Sira said. Humans break easily under pressure, and their classmates always laughed with them. But everything changed on the day the Academy received a secret mission. The headmaster, a tall gray alien named Corlin, entered the hall with a serious expression. He looked at the students and said, "A captured human male is being transported to this academy. You will study him. His body may help us understand Earth's evolution." The room erupted in laughter. A human, here in the most advanced school in the galaxy. It sounded like a bad joke. Lyra folded her arms and smirked. "Let us see the primitive creature," Vexa flicked her blue tail and said. "I want to test his limits. Humans are so fragile." Sira tilted her head and whispered. "I want to see his fear," the three girls volunteered immediately. But not because they were interested in science. They wanted entertainment. They wanted to laugh at a human up close. Hours later, the human arrived. His name was Evan. He walked into the examination room calmly, his hands cuffed with glowing energy metal. But even with the cuffs, he stood tall. He did not shake. He did not cry. And he did not beg, Vexa whispered. "Why is he not afraid?" Lyra replied. "He is pretending." "Humans always pretend." Sira leaned forward, trying to sense his emotions, but she found something strange. Something she had never felt before. Corlin ordered the girls to begin the first scan. They aimed their advanced alien devices at Evan. Scanning every cell of his body, the girls waited for the usual results. Weak immune system, weak endurance, slow evolution. Just like the galaxy always believed, but the machines started beeping loudly. Lights flashed red, numbers spiked off the charts. Lyra stepped back, confused. "This cannot be right." Vexa touched the screen again. "The scan is broken," Sira whispered. "No, the scan works. Something inside him is different." The screen showed impossible data, human DNA mutating in real time, adapting to the scanner's energy, resisting alien analysis. It was like Evan's cells were alive with some hidden power, something no alien had seen before. Corlin frowned and said, "Do not provoke the human. His biology is unstable," but the girls ignored the warning. They thought Corlin was overreacting. They believed humans were harmless. They believed nothing dangerous could come from Earth. So they continued their tests. Lyra increased the gravity in the room, expecting Evan to fall. Instead, he grit his teeth and stayed standing. His legs shook, but he did not collapse. Vexa raised the temperature to uncomfortable levels. Watching him sweat but not scream, Sira used a psychic probe to sense his emotions. But she felt something like a wall blocking her powers. She gasped softly, "He is resisting me," but Evan said nothing. He only watched them with calm eyes, as if he knew something they did not. The girls expected him to break, but instead, the room seemed to break around him. Machines flickered, energy shields glitched, and the lights above dimmed. Something about Evan destabilized the entire lab. Lyra's voice trembled for the first time. "What is he?" Vex's tail curled nervously. "Humans cannot do this." Sira stepped closer, staring into Evan's eyes. "What are you hiding?" Evan finally spoke, his voice low and steady. "Earth is not weak." "You never understood that." The girls fell silent. They had never heard a human speak with such confidence, such calm strength before they could respond. The scanner exploded with a bright flash. Alarms echoed across the academy. Red lights filled the hallway outside. Corlin rushed in shouting, "Step away from him. His DNA is reacting." The girls stared at Evan, confused, frightened, and strangely fascinated. For the first time in their lives, they felt unsure. For the first time, they doubted everything they had learned about humans. The academy did not laugh anymore. Whispers spread like fire. "The human is dangerous. His DNA is unstable. He might be a threat to the galaxy." Lyra, Vexa, and Sira watched Evan as guards tried to move him. But Evan simply looked at the girls and said quietly, "You laughed at Earth, but you never understood humans." A deep, heavy silence filled the room. The girls did not laugh this time, because something inside their bodies began to change after meeting Evan. Something they did not yet understand. Something that would soon shake the entire galaxy. The alarm still echoed through the Orion Academy. Red lights flashed across the vast corridors. Every student and teacher froze in fear. No one had ever seen a human survive a scan, much less destabilize the lab. Lyra, Vexa, and Sira stood near Evan. Their hands trembled slightly, though they would never admit it. They had laughed at humans for years. They had mocked Earth as weak and primitive. But now, standing in front of Evan, they felt something new. Something they could not name. Corlin barked orders. "Move him to the containment wing immediately. All students stay back. No one touches him without permission." The girls exchanged a glance. They knew the academy would try to control Evan, but something told them to stay close, to watch, to protect. The containment wing was unlike any other part of the academy. It was made of layered energy shields, reinforced walls, and advanced alien barriers. Even so, when the guards tried to place Evan inside, the energy shields pulsed and flickered. Evan did not struggle. He simply looked at the shields, and they weakened as if recognizing him. Lyra whispered to Vexa, "How is he doing this?" "Nothing should affect the shields." Vexa's tail curled tightly. "I do not know, but something inside him is not normal." Sira tilted her head, focusing her senses. "It feels like he is alive inside everything, not just his body." The girls watched as Evan walked into the containment chamber. His eyes scanning the room, calm and steady, they followed silently. Curiosity overcoming fear, each step he took made them feel smaller, weaker, and strangely nervous. Asterisk inside the chamber, the first tests began. The academy scientists attached devices to measure strength, endurance, and cellular changes. They tested him under extreme heat, freezing cold and crushing pressure. They expected him to fail, to scream, to break. But Evan survived every test, adapting instantly. Every device reported anomalies. Every machine beeped warnings that no alien had ever seen before. Lyra's hands shook as she watched the readings. Vexa's ears twitched nervously. Sira's psychic senses flared and then went blank. Something about Evan blocked her, something powerful, something dangerous. Hours passed, and the girls realized the changes inside themselves. Lyra felt a strange warmth in her chest, a flutter she could not explain. Vexa noticed her strength increasing, faster than any training could do. Sira felt energy moving through her veins. Glowing faintly under her skin, they looked at each other, confusion and fear in their eyes. For the first time, they were no longer the strongest beings in the room. Vexa whispered, "Do you feel that?" Lyra nodded slowly. "It is him. He is doing something to us." "I can feel it," Sira swallowed hard. "But why?" "Humans are not supposed to affect aliens. Not like this." Evan did not speak much. He only watched them calmly. Sometimes his eyes would flicker with a strange light, and the girls felt their hearts race without knowing why. Corlin observed from a distance, frowning. "The human is dangerous," he muttered. "His DNA is more than adaptive. It is evolutionary. It can change others. It can create new life. We must control him before he changes everything." Meanwhile, the girls secretly met in a quiet corner of the containment wing. Lyra's voice was low. "We have to know the truth. Something inside him is awakening. I can feel it in my bones." Vexa's blue tail twitched nervously. "It is scary. I do not understand it, but I cannot stay away either." Sira touched her glowing veins. "It feels like Like my body is listening to him, I cannot control it. And I do not want to try, the Academy continued experiments, unaware of the changes inside the girls. Every contact with Evan left traces, subtle pulses, and unseen energy. Machines failed to measure it, sensors could not detect it. But the girls felt it with every heartbeat, every breath, every glance. One night, Lyra woke up alone in the chamber. Evan was sitting calmly in the corner, watching the stars through the energy shield. She approached him quietly, curiosity stronger than fear. "Why are you different?" she asked. Evan smiled faintly. "Because humans adapt. Because humans survive. Because humans change everything they touch." Lyra felt a shiver run through her. Something in his words awakened a strange warmth. Something she could not explain, something she could not ignore. Vexa and Sira discovered their own signs of change in the next days. Strength beyond training, senses sharper than any aliens, and a strange new energy that seemed tied to Evan. They were frightened, but also fascinated. They laughed less and watched him more. The Academy began to whisper. Students hid their fear behind casual faces. Teachers avoided his room. Even Corlin did not approach the chamber. The word spread slowly. The human is not weak. He is not ordinary. He is dangerous. He might create life we cannot control, and the girls were now at a turning point. They no longer saw Evan as a joke. They no longer laughed at Earth. Something inside them had shifted, something strange and unstoppable. Something that would soon change their lives forever. Late one night, Sira felt the first real sign. A faint pulse inside her body, responding to Evan. She gasped softly. "It has begun." Lyra's hands trembled. "Begun." "What?" Vexa swallowed hard. "I think we are changing because of him." The girls realized it was true. They were no longer in control of themselves. They had laughed at Earth, at humans, at weakness, but now they could not stop feeling the pull of human power, something that no alien could resist, something no one could predict, and the suspense grew heavier. For the first time in the galaxy, humans were no longer weak, and the alien girls who laughed at Earth were about to discover just how dangerous that truth could be. The days passed slowly in the containment wing. The Academy scientists continued their tests on Evan. Every experiment brought more anomalies, more warnings, more alarms. Machines beeped in confusion, sensors overloaded, and readings changed every second. Nothing in the galaxy had ever behaved like Evan. The alien girls watched quietly, their eyes wide with fear and fascination. Lyra's hands trembled as she wrote notes on a floating holographic pad. Vexa's tail flicked nervously, and Sira's glowing veins pulsed with a strange rhythm. Each contact with Evan left them feeling stronger, but also different. Something deep inside them was changing, and they could not stop it. One morning, the Academy doctor, a tall and nervous alien named Dr. Kalrek, called the girls to his lab. "You need to see this," he said. His voice shaking, the girls hurried inside, expecting more anomalies in Evan, but what they saw made their hearts stop. Dr. Kalrek pointed at a holographic display. The scans showed faint traces of hybrid DNA, alien DNA and human DNA merging in a way that should have been impossible. Lyra's eyes widened. That cannot be real." Vexa stepped closer. "The machines are broken. They must be broken." Sira's psychic sense screamed, "No. It is real. I feel it inside them too." Dr. Kalrek shook his head. "I have never seen this in all my life. Human DNA should never combine with alien DNA. This is dangerous, unpredictable, evolutionary." The girls looked at each other in silence. Fear and awe mixing in their eyes. They had laughed at Earth, at humans, at the idea of weakness. Now they could not stop trembling. Days passed, and the signs became undeniable. Lyra felt strange movements inside her body. Vexa discovered energy pulsing in ways that made her heart race. Sira's glowing veins shone brighter every day. The changes were subtle at first, but growing stronger, impossible to ignore. The girls tried to hide it from the Academy. They could not explain what was happening. They did not want to admit it, but their bodies were reacting to Evan. His presence, his DNA, his energy had begun creating something inside them. Lyra whispered late one night. I think we are pregnant. Vexa's eyes widened. Impossible. It cannot happen. Humans and aliens cannot create life together. Sira touched her glowing veins. I feel it. It is real. I can sense it moving inside me. The girls' laughter at Earth felt like a distant memory. They had mocked humans, called them weak, and ignored their power. But now they understood the truth. Human DNA was not weak. It was wild, unpredictable, unstoppable. The Academy soon realized the danger. Corlin's face was pale as he examined the girls. This cannot happen. Hybridization is forbidden. It is unstable. It could destroy entire species. The girls ignored him. Their eyes focused on Evan. He did not laugh. He did not panic. He only watched them calmly. A faint smile on his lips, Evan spoke quietly. Do not fear what is natural. Humans are the beginning of change. Evolution does not follow rules. It follows survival. Lyra felt a warmth spread through her chest. Vexa's tail curled around her waist nervously. Sira's glowing veins pulsed faster. Something inside them was listening. Responding and growing, the Academy began to panic. Security drones patrolled the corridors, alarms blared. And scientists whispered about containment failures, but no weapon, no shield. No force could stop the changes that had begun inside the girls. One night, the girls met secretly in the observation deck. Lyra's voice was low. We laughed at Earth, but now we are part of it. Something is growing inside us. Something no one can control. Vexa nodded. And it is connected to him, Evan. Everything about him is changing us. Sira touched her glowing veins. We cannot hide it anymore. The Academy will know soon. And they will try to destroy it. The girls looked at each other. Fear and determination shining in their eyes. They were no longer laughing at humans. They were part of a force they had never imagined. Something unstoppable, something wild. Something that could reshape the galaxy. Corlin's warning came too late. The hybrid DNA had already begun to integrate. The girls' powers increased, their senses sharpened. Their bodies stronger than ever before, even their minds seemed to expand. Thoughts moving faster, senses overlapping. The Academy realized that the human Evan had done what no alien could ever do. The girls could not sleep, could not rest, could not hide. Their bodies glowed faintly at night. The unborn hybrids inside them pulsed with life. Energy and intelligence, Sira whispered to the others. They are aware. I can feel them thinking, watching, learning, Lyra gasped. Learning. From him, from Evan, Vex's tail twitched nervously. We laughed at Earth, but it was us who were weak. Not humans, the Academy tried to contain them. Guards, drones, and energy shields failed. Every attempt to interfere with the girls only strengthened the hybrid energy inside them. Even Evan's calm presence seemed to amplify it. Lyra realized the truth first. We are not just carrying life. We are carrying evolution, something new. Something unstoppable. Vexa nodded slowly. The galaxy will never be the same. Not after this. Sira's glowing veins pulsed. And we cannot run. We must protect it, protect them. Protect him. The suspense in the Academy reached its peak. Scientists whispered in fear. Students stared in awe. Even the guards stepped back. Uncertain, the girls, once laughing at humans, were now part of a story far larger than they could imagine. A story that would change the galaxy forever. A story that would reveal the hidden power of human DNA. A story that had only just begun, and deep inside, the unborn hybrids pulsed with life, learning, observing, waiting. Something had awakened in the galaxy, and nothing would ever be the same again. The galaxy had begun to whisper. Rumors spread across the stars like fire. The human is dangerous. His DNA is rewriting alien biology. 3 alien girls carry hybrid life that should not exist. Every corner of the Orion Academy and the neighboring systems trembled with curiosity and fear. Corlin paced in his office, the lights of the control panels reflecting in his eyes. The human cannot remain here, he muttered, the hybrids inside them. They are unpredictable, they are dangerous. They could destroy entire species. We must capture him. He sent out orders immediately. Elite hunters, advanced warships, drones. and psychic trackers scoured the galaxy for Evan and the girls. The hunt had begun. Lyra, Vexa, and Sira felt the tension immediately. Their senses were sharper than ever, their bodies stronger, faster, and more sensitive. The hybrid energy inside them pulsed with a strange rhythm. It was as if the unborn children were warning them, preparing them for what was coming. Evan stood calmly in the observation deck, watching the stars. "They will come," he said softly. "The galaxy does not like change. It fears what it cannot control." Lyra stepped closer. "Then we fight. We cannot let them take us." "Or the children," Vex's tail twitched. "But they are too many, too strong. We cannot defeat an entire fleet." Sira's glowing veins pulsed. "We are not alone. They are with us. The hybrids are aware. They will help us survive." The first attack came in the dead of night. Energy beams lit up the sky outside the academy. Ships descended on the containment wing, shields humming as they prepared to breach. Alarms screamed through the corridors. The girls and Evan moved quickly, slipping through hidden passages every step they took. Their senses guided them, every heartbeat. The unborn hybrids pulsed, warning them of danger. The academy hunters stormed the halls. They were elite, trained to capture or kill any being. But every trap the academy laid seemed to fail. Doors jammed as they approached. Energy shields misfired, and sensors malfunctioned. The girls realized something terrifying and incredible. The hybrids inside them were actively interfering, protecting them from harm, Lyra whispered. "They are stronger than we imagined. They are alive, not just inside us." But with us, they fled the academy. Moving through asteroid fields, derelict stations, and abandoned colonies, Evan guided them, his calm presence steadying the girls. The hybrids seemed to communicate with him, sending pulses he could feel in his mind. Vex's tail twitched nervously. "They understand him," Sira nodded. "Not just him, they understand all of us." Lyra's hands glowed faintly as she touched her chest. "And they are learning too fast, faster than any alien or human ever could." The hunt was relentless. Warships followed them across star systems. Drones scanned every planet they visited. Alien generals demanded their capture, and whispers of rebellion and fear spread through the galaxy. Humans were no longer a joke. Humans were now feared. And the alien girls who once laughed at Earth were now warriors defending life that should never have existed. One night, they hit on a barren moon, the surface cracked and lifeless. But the moon offered protection, a temporary sanctuary. The girls sat in silence, exhausted, their bodies glowing faintly in the moonlight. Evan sat with them, calm as always. "The hybrids are growing," he said softly. "They are aware of every threat, every danger, every possibility. They are preparing for what comes next." Lyra shook her head. "They are too powerful, too intelligent for their age. We must be careful. Or they could destroy everything around them." Vex's ears twitched nervously. "And what about the galaxy, the humans, the aliens, everyone? What happens if they grow too strong?" Sira's glowing veins pulsed brightly. "We cannot think like that. They are part of us now, part of the future. And we must trust them, trust Evan, trust ourselves. But the galaxy would not leave them alone." The next day, a massive warship appeared in orbit. Its guns locked onto the moon, energy shields humming ominously. The hunters prepared to fire, but as the weapons charged, a strange pulse emanated from the girls' bodies. The hybrids inside them released energy. The pulse hit the warship, causing its systems to flicker, then shut down completely. Lights went dark, weapons offline. Alarms silenced. Lyra gasped. "They did that, the hybrids." "They protected us." Vex's tail curled nervously. I cannot believe it. They are controlling energy, stopping entire warships," Sira whispered. "And they are just beginning. They will grow. They will learn. They will adapt faster than anyone could imagine." The galaxy had no idea what had just happened. News of the event spread quickly, panic growing among alien forces. The hunters were forced to retreat. The academy was in chaos. And the girls, with Evan by their side, were more determined than ever as they moved deeper into the galaxy. The girls began to understand the truth. They had laughed at Earth, mocked humans, and believed themselves the strongest. But now, humans were the catalyst, Evan was the key, and the hybrids inside them were the future. Lyra looked at the stars. We are not just running anymore. We are shaping what comes next, Vexa nodded, and the galaxy will never be the same. Not after this? Sira's glowing veins pulsed brightly. The hunt is far from over, but we are stronger than anyone expected. Because of them, because him, because us, as they disappeared into the asteroid fields, the galaxy watched in awe and fear. A human had rewritten what aliens believed possible. 3 alien girls carried life that should not exist. And the hybrids pulsed with energy, learning, adapting, waiting. The suspense hung heavier than ever, because the galaxy had not seen the full power of the human and his children. And when they did, no one would be able to laugh at Earth again. The galaxy was changing. Rumors of humans had spread faster than light. Whispers of the 3 alien girls carrying hybrid life reached every corner of the Orion sectors. The galaxy no longer laughed at Earth, it feared humans, their power, and their unpredictable nature. Lyra, Vexa, and Sira moved through a remote system. Asteroids drifted silently around them. Evan walked calmly, watching the stars. The hybrids are ready, he said softly. They are stronger than we imagined. They understand everything. They are of themselves, of us, of the galaxy. The girls exchanged a glance. The glowing veins along their arms pulsed brighter than ever. Something stirred inside them, something alive, intelligent, and far beyond their control. Sira whispered, I can feel them. They are not just growing. They are thinking, learning, preparing. We are no longer carrying children. We are carrying evolution. Lyra's hand went to her chest. Evolution. That means they will decide the future. The galaxy cannot control them, and neither can we. Vexa's tail twitched nervously. But if they are too strong, too intelligent, what happens to us, to the galaxy, to Earth? Before anyone could answer, the sensors lit up. An entire fleet appeared. Warships bristling with weapons, ready to attack. The galaxy had decided to end the threat once and for all. Corlin's voice echoed through the comms. Surrender the human and the hybrids or be destroyed. This is your last warning, Lyra looked at Evan. Her eyes fierce. We will not surrender, not them, not you. Not Earth? Evan nodded calmly. Then we fight. But they will learn the wrong lesson if we strike too early. We must show them power. And mercy. The fleet opened fire, energy beams tearing through the asteroid field. The girls moved instinctively, dodging, leaping, and running. Their senses guided them perfectly. The hybrids inside them pulsed with energy, shielding their bodies, enhancing their speed, amplifying their strength. Lyra could feel the pulse in her chest. Vexa could sense danger before it arrived. Sira could see every movement of the fleet in her mind. Evan raised his hands. The hybrids responded. A wave of energy surged outward, stopping the fleet's weapons in mid-fire. Shields collapsed, engines faltered, the warships drifted helplessly in space. Frozen by the hybrid pulse, Lyra gasped. They did this. They stopped the entire fleet. Vexa's tail curled around her. And they are just beginning. They are learning faster than we imagined, Sira whispered. They are aware. Aware of everything. We are not in control anymore. They are. Corlin watched from his flagship, his eyes wide with shock. The human. And the hybrids. This cannot be possible, he muttered. The galaxy had never seen anything like this. Aliens who had laughed at Earth now trembled before the power of human evolution. The hybrids pulsed again, sending a wave of energy through the galaxy. Sensors went offline, communications jammed, and weapons disabled. The galaxy had no choice but to retreat. Even Corlin's fleet was forced to pull back, powerless to act. Lyra looked at Evan, tears in her eyes. They are incredible, stronger than anyone could imagine. Smarter than any species alive, Evan smiled faintly. They are humans too. And humans are the beginning, not the end. They will change everything, Vexa whispered. But what happens now? Will the galaxy attack again? Will we survive? Sira's glowing veins pulsed brighter than ever. We will survive. They will protect us. And they will shape the future, not just for us, But for every species in the galaxy, the girls realized the truth. They had laughed at Earth, mocked humans, believed themselves stronger. But humans were not weak, they never had been. And the hybrids inside them were proof, a living testament to the hidden power of humanity. Evan stepped closer to the girls. This is only the beginning. The hybrids will learn, adapt, and teach. The galaxy will never be the same again. And humans will finally take their place among the stars. Lyra's hand rested on her chest, feeling the pulse of life. We laughed at Earth, but now we will protect it, protect them, protect humanity, Vexa nodded slowly. And they will protect us, and the galaxy, and everything that matters, Sira whispered. The hybrids are aware, and we must trust them, but we are ready. Ready for whatever comes next. The fleet that once threatened them slowly retreated. Word of the hybrids spread across the galaxy. Every species, every world, every leader took notice. Humans were no longer a weak species. They were the unpredictable force that could shape the future. And the three alien girls, once laughing at Earth, now stood proudly beside the human who had changed them forever. The hybrids inside the girls pulsed one final time, a wave of light, energy, and life that touched every corner of the nearby systems. And though they were unborn, they already commanded respect, awareness, and power beyond imagination. The galaxy knew, without a doubt, that the future belonged to humans, and anyone who tried to underestimate them again would face the consequences. Lyra looked at Evan, her eyes bright with awe and determination. We laughed at Earth, but we were wrong. The galaxy will never forget this, Evan smiled softly. They will remember, and they will learn. But more importantly, they will respect what humans can do, what humans can create, what humans can protect, Vexa whispered. We laughed. But now we stand with Earth, with you, with them. The hybrids, Sira's glowing veins pulsed as she said, and together we will shape the galaxy, we will survive, we will protect. We will thrive. The stars above seemed to shine brighter that night. A new era had begun. A human had rewritten what aliens believed was possible. 3 alien girls carried life that should not exist. And the unborn hybrids pulsed with energy, intelligence, and a power that would shape the destiny of every world in the galaxy. Somewhere far in the dark reaches of space, a faint signal appeared, a human signal, stronger than Evan. Stronger than anyone had seen before, and the galaxy held its breath. Because the story of humans, aliens, and hybrids had only just begun. The laughter that once mocked Earth had ended. Now it was replaced with awe, respect, and fear. The galaxy had learned the truth. Humans were not weak. Humans were the future. And nothing would ever be the same again.